Hi y'all, I'm Brenda with Blessings and Bread. Welcome to my garden. Today I've been in my garden and I have put up my trellis for my green beans to grow on. And I'm going to share that with you and explain how I did that and then give you a little bit of update. I've done a little bit of harvesting and I've done a little bit of planting, so I'll share that with you. So I hope you'll come along as I work in my garden today. This is my garden trellis that I've put back up. I have used this particular style of trellis for several years now, and they're just easy to use, they're easy to build, they're durable, and they last, and I've just been very pleased with them, and they're very easy to make. I have made these from 1/2-inch conduit, and I'm going to get up closer so I can kind of show you some of the details and explain exactly how I built these. The supplies that you're going to need to make your trellis is you're going to need some electrical conduit, and I have 2 pieces that are about 6 feet tall, and then I have 1 piece that's 4 feet tall. And you're also going to need some elbows. Let me show you the elbow up close. You're going to need 2 elbows. And you can get all of this at like Home Depot or a hardware store, but you'll need these elbows, 2 of them. And then you need 2 3/8-inch pieces or lengths of rebarb, about 4 feet tall. And I've already got my rebarb started placing it, but we'll get started. The first thing you're going to do is you're actually going to take your 4-foot piece and you're going to put these elbows on each end. I've already put one of the rebarbs in the ground. Rod helped me do that, and then I'm going to measure where the other one needs to go by using my 4-foot piece. So actually it looks like it should go about right there. So, and then I just want to hammer that into the ground till it is about, at least a 1.5 feet maybe into the ground. So I'm going to get a block of wood to put on top of that and then use my hammer to hammer that down into the ground. So now that rebarb is in the ground, so now I can just put my tall pieces on each of the rebarbs. As you can see, I've used these pieces before. And then all I have to do is attach. Actually, I'm going to turn it around so my screws will be on the outside. Once the trellis is built, then I use this. It's just a garden net trellis. They're made out of nylon. Actually, they last for several seasons. They hold up really well even in the Texas heat and weather. And I just usually leave them up from one season to the next most of the time until they just finally need to be replaced. And I was at that point this year where they needed to be replaced. But I'm super excited I've never done this before where I did a L. Usually I've just put them all on one side of my bed. But hopefully my green beans are going to grow up these trellises and it will make it easy to pick. I can pick from the outside. And these are super, super easy to do. And like I said, they really seem to last and do really well and have for me for years. So I got my trellises up today, and then later I'm going to come in and try to train the green beans to start growing up the trellis. So But hopefully before the summer's over, we'll see this completely filled with green beans and all. Now I'll take you just a short tour. I've done a little bit of planting and a little bit of harvesting, but I've been gone for a while, and so not a whole lot's been going on, but I'll show you what little bit I've been doing. In this bed, if you can see the empty spot at the end, yesterday I planted some zinnia seeds in there, and they'll be coming up. I have some actual zinnia seeds coming up from where the seeds fell last year, but also I've got some radishes that I can harvest a little bit. I just noticed today that some of them are up, and I may be able to harvest a few of those. So, and I planted a variety or a mix, so I'm getting a couple of different kinds of radishes, but I may harvest a few more of those today. This is the bed with my broccoli plants, and I've got I added bell peppers in there. I've also got some radishes that are coming up, and I'm going to be able to harvest some of them today. And I've actually harvested some broccoli this week, and we ate it for supper last night. I have 2 more broccoli plants left, but they're still fairly small. So again, the heat may come on and kind of make them bolt before they get to a size we can eat. But I definitely have some radishes in there. Let me get in there and see if I can find some more to harvest. Well, there's a white one. Oh, wow, that's cool. So, yes, these radishes. And like I said, I had planted a variety. So, I'm going to have some radishes with some salad. Wish I still had some lettuce left, but all my lettuce has already been pulled up. If you can see that, I have a little baby bell pepper. So, it's still not big enough to pick. So, it's there. Also got some grass, a few weeds that need pulling. But hopefully that'll come on and I'll have a good sized bell pepper out of that. This is my grape tomatoes or cherry tomatoes. I think they're called sun gold. They're going to be yellow. And I don't know if you can see this. Maybe I can zoom in. I have planted some marigolds there. And marigolds will also kind of help with pest. So they will kind of keep bugs maybe from getting on my tomatoes as bad as they might if I didn't have those. So I planted those yesterday. I have one cabbage plant that is still growing, and it's probably in a few more days will be ready to harvest. And I also planted some marigolds here in this bed, and you can't see it, but there's also a marigold kind of up under the edge of that cabbage because I knew that cabbage would be coming up soon. These are my celebrity tomatoes. They'll be big, regular sandwich slicing size tomatoes. And I'm pretty excited about growing these. I have not grown anything but grape tomatoes in a long time, so I'm hoping to have a good harvest there. And again, I'm just growing those up my arbor, and as they grow, I'm just making sure that they are staked well. My strawberry plants continue to do well, as long as I remember to water them. And I'm just pinching off any of the buds or flowers that come up so that this year we'll focus on growing plants, and next year we'll hopefully have some good healthy plants that will grow a great crop of strawberries. I hope you've enjoyed this little quick update for my garden today. There isn't a whole lot going on. I'm kind of in between planting and harvesting most things, and we'll just wait for my beans and tomatoes to come on and my peppers. I think I might be able to harvest some banana peppers today, so they're getting to where I might have a few of those. But like I said, in a couple of more weeks, I think I'll be doing lots of harvesting. Hopefully, I'll have some tomatoes, and I will have lots of peppers. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you the next time I'm in my garden, on my porch, or in my kitchen.